Okay, it's finally time to take down the rest of the Soda Jungle. And so we have to do the 4 hideous levels that are so irritating when you're trying to do things normally. Now, I can avoid... Oh, come on. Give me my star back. I want the damn star. There we go. I can do it without hitting the damn views, but unfortunately, on that run, I didn't do particularly well. Oh well, that's life, I guess. There's not a whole lot you can do about it. So we're finally out of it, and now let's tackle the Seesaw Bridge, which will most definitely be making use of having a super acorn. Now, I thought I actually had some pea acorns, but apparently not. Because at this point you're more likely to have pea acorns than anything else, which are immensely helpful in these levels that we are going through right now. Because there's lots of kind of precision platforming that requires a little extra lift, which is so useful. Particularly this wonderful, evil star coin that is just so painful to try and get things like that. I just really don't like things that have an immediate chance of killing me. It's why I don't like the Crash Bandicoot style of games. Well, I mean, by that I mean the ones where one hit kills you. I like there to be some forgiveness in the game, because otherwise it's just evil. Now, in this level, enemies you'll find are Koopa Troopers, Wigglers, and the River Piranha Plants. So, in that one little bit there, you have all 3 enemies that are trying to murder you. Now, if I recall correctly, the last star coin is not as difficult to get as the earlier ones. I could be completely wrong on that, but oh no, now I remember this one. No, it is just as difficult to get as all the others. Because you automatically hit the P-switch, and what you've got to do is you've got to hit the blocks, and then get all the way over to the end. And if you fall through, on your jumping over, then you have lost your chance to get that coin on your run. You have no choice. You have to take the loss. Now, the Super Acorn is so wonderful for this level, because the ability to stick generally gives you the gives you just that extra sort of bit of freedom to be able to save yourself, because you can just cling onto the side of the spinny platforms for a reasonable amount of time, and that means that you can very generally just kind of keep alive. And now it's time to take on this wonderful level. It's funny that I had such problems getting the star coins in these levels when I first played through the game, and yet I come to it now, and it's just like, oh yeah, straight through. Almost. I think it took maybe a couple of goes to get everything as I wanted to, but still better than it could have been. Now, the main gimmick of this level is the Mega Wigglers. You will have normal Wigglers and Koopa Power Troopers throughout the level, but the Mega Wigglers are the main kind of gimmick. And basically what you have to do is you have to use them as platforms to get through the level. Which is easier said than done, especially when you need to hit blocks that are above you, because the timing for jumping on the wigglers is a wee bit awkward. And it's especially awkward when you've got the super acorn when you're trying to just hit it. Because you've got to hit the middle block. And it's easier said than done, I have to say. But either way, it's fine. Now I'd say this is a reasonably nice starter coin, in that all it requires is you to hit each of the vines up, and then you can just grab it with quite a lot of ease. So it's a nice starter coin, this one, once you've able to access it first time. That's the main issue, accessing it initially. Now, this bit right here is where this level gets difficult, because you've got to keep hitting the P-switches to make your life a hell of a lot easier to actually get through the rest of the level. It can also lead to some rather irritating deaths, because you're totally at the mercy of the Wiggler, which, although a nice challenge, it's just like, no. Why are you forcing me to do this? Now, I believe that the... I can't remember if it's the last or the penultimate star coin. Oh yes, this one. Your best bet is waiting for the Wiggler to turn up, so you can just bounce onto the Wiggler. But you can pull a trick. It's not a trick, it's just a particular manoeuvre where you drop and then you can swoop yourself back up, which is challenging to do. So I would suggest going for the Wiggler path, because it's just that bit easier. And so that covers all of the that covers all of the main levels so far. So all we need to do now is tackle the secret level, and then do the wonderful, wonderful castle level. Oh, I dislike this castle. I dislike it a lot. Oh yes, I forgot about that. Because this is a new... It's not a new save file, it's after I've already finished the game. Yeah, it is, Nabbit's gonna be all over the shop, because he keeps alternating levels when you've, beaten the game, so he will reappear constantly. So you have more than one chance to catch Nabbit in his particular location, so if you fail to catch him, then he will turn up again eventually. So you can literally get an almost indefinite supply of pea acorns. But until then, it's kind of all you can do, really. Now, Flight of the Parabeetles here is an evil, evil level. It's fun to play, and you can get so many one-ups from this level. If I recall correctly, I went from like 20 to 40 simply by playing this level and failing at it so badly. So even though I was dying, I was kind of upping my life counter to ridiculous levels. The only enemies you will see in this level are the Parabeetles and the Heavy Parabeetles, which are your platforms, and your only platforms. And then there will be some King Bills that will turn up shortly. And this is their, I believe, their only appearance in the entire game. Now, I'm quite a fan of the name of the this level, because it's clearly a reference to Flight of the Valkyries. Which, oh, there's the King Bills. Oh, good lord, they're huge. So, yeah, they are crazy. Look a wee bit cuter than they did in New Super Mario Bros. Wii, where they were initially introduced. But, yeah, these actually cannot be defeated. In the beta version of New Super Mario Bros. Wii, they were able to be defeated, but not anymore. Clearly, they wanted to introduce the challenge. Now, to get the final star coin, you've got to get the Power Beetles to lift up at just the right moment to be able to get into the pipe, which is a challenging feat, to say the least. But it's an interesting way to get to the last star coin.
Oh yeah, Mario time!
And that does that. It's time to take on the castle. Oh gosh. Now, I think, of all the castles in-game, this is my least favourite. Because it took me so damn long, and took me so many lives to get. The castle itself is not the problem. It's getting all the star coins and the boss that's the problem. Although, I guess once you've figured out the pattern for the boss, he's easier than I initially thought. Obviously, this level is actually a hell of a lot easier with the Super Acorn. The game will give you an ice flower, but for ease of actually getting the star coins, I would totally suggest going for the Super Acorn. Because you get to stay above these wonderful lava waves that are instant death, and gives you just that bit more chance. Enemies you face here are Dry Bones, Super Dry Bones, Podaboos, which are the little fireballs that will pop up from... Oh, this star coin. Oh, this wonderful star coin. What you're supposed to do here is either jump off the Dry Bones into the pipe, or freeze the Dry Bones and jump off into the pipe. With the Super Acorn, you can just fly into the pipe, and it's so much easier. Like, super seriously so much easier. The amount of trouble I had getting that star coin just nearly killed me. There's the Podaboos. Adorable. Oh. Yeah, I had so much trouble getting that star coin initially, doing it the proper way, and it was just like, no. Cheesing my way through this. And then this last star coin is also a pain in the backside, because what you've got to do is, the game wants you to do is to jump off the Super Dry Bones and kind of reach the other side, almost. Which is easier said than done. I actually did do that in my first run of... Well, not my first run of the level, but when I eventually beat the level. But, my word, it's evil. And so, we have reached our boss. The crazy Iggy Koopa, who is based off, his name's based off Iggy Pop from the Stooges. Now, I don't actually... Oh, just another little bit of trivia about Iggy before I say that. I don't like this boss. The fastest possible routes to complete both Super Mario World and New Super Mario Bros. Wii, Iggy's the only Koopaling that must be fought. Iggy's also the only Koopaling in the New Super Mario Bros. Games that has a different sound when spinning inside his shell. And in New Super Mario Bros. 2, after the player defeats Bowser in his first phase. You can hear Iggy laughing maniacally, which implies that he's the one who comes up with the plan that occurs. Also, so as well as having to deal with Iggy here, we have to face Magmar as well, which first appeared in Galaxy 2 actually. So it's an interesting enemy to bring back. Now, the main problem with Iggy here is that he turns up on the roof and the way he spins is really awkward to catch. But your best way of kind of avoiding him is always running in the opposite direction to where he's coming and then following him, because he will never kind of... He will only go a certain distance from you, rather than all the way through. Now, wasn't that a nice little piece of editing back to where my recording failure stopped? So, Soda Jungle is complete. It's time to move on to the next world. Yes!